Hi, I'm Matt Dunn, Yu-Gi-Oh! Level 3 Rules Judge, here for some tips to prepare for the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh! Shonen Jump Championship. So here are a few things you can do to make sure you are ready for this event. First thing you want to do is make sure that your deck is legal for the Shonen Jump Championship. You're going to make sure that it is advanced format legal. That means it will follow the advanced format constructed rules, which you can find on the UDE Yu-Gi-Oh! Webpage, which is at ude.com/Yu-Gi-Oh! Look for the advanced format rules. It will tell you which cards are forbidden from play, which cards you can only play one of, those are referred to as limited cards, and which cards you can only play two of, those are the semi-limited cards. That list can be found on the Upper Deck page, like I said before, and you can also find it on our Planet page, DA-Planet, so you can find it right there. Alright, so once you have your deck constructed, following all the advanced format constructed rules, the next thing you want to do to prepare for the Shonen Jump Championship event is to make sure you have one of these filled out. This here is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Constructed deck registration sheet. You want to make sure you have one of these filled out before the event starts. You need to have one of these filled out, in fact, and doing it ahead of time will just save you a lot of trouble, no last minute panicking. I personally like to fill one of these out the night before. It gives you, make sure peace of mind, make sure it's all finished out there. Now, you can get a good look at that there to see how it is filled out. On the top, you want to make sure you have your name and your upper deck number right there on the top, so the people in the event know whose list this is. And then right here is where you fill out the cards you are playing. Now, when you're writing which cards you are playing, it is very important that there's no misunderstanding which cards you are playing, so please make sure you write the full name. It's a very good idea to write the full name of the card you are playing. For example, if you are playing E-Hero Stratos, don't just write Stratos. There might actually be some confusion about which card that is. Right here on the bottom, you can see there's a space for your side deck, which again must be exactly at 15 cards. And right here is your fusion deck. So that right there is the deck registration sheet in a nutshell. This also is available on the Upper Deck webpage, ude.com/Yu-Gi-Oh! And will also be available on the Planet's webpage, da-planet.com. Okay, so once you have your deck built and registered, you also want to make sure that you sleeve up your deck using these right here. These go by many names. I've heard them referred to as card protectors, card sleeves, all sorts of things like that, but their function is the same. They keep your cards safe from harm, which is wonderful if you're playing with a bunch of expensive cards there, and they also make your cards uniform, so that if there are scratches on the back or things like that, the sleeve will cover them up. This is very important because if your cards have scratches on the back, they're considered marked cards, and that is actually an infraction that you do not want to have happen to you at this event. If you have seen one of these before, they're available in packs of 60 like this, or 50, or other variations like this. You're going to make sure that you get a solid, plain color. There are lots of sleeves out there that look really nice, with very nice illustrations on them, but for a high-level event like this, you want to make sure it is a solid color, like these here silver ones right here, or this red one right here. A solid color. No art, nothing like that. No shiny reflectiveness, just solid color. Okay, so now that you have your deck built, registered, and sleeved up, you're going to make sure that you have all the materials you need on the day of the event. The most important of which I would recommend is these right here. Good old pen and paper. These you'll be using to keep track of your life score. Now, a lot of people use calculators to keep track of their life. This is very convenient because you don't have to carry around a whole bunch of paper, but it's also dangerous because if you happen to type anything wrong through the course of maintaining your life total, it can throw the entire thing off, and you may actually lose the life score of the game in progress. Pen and paper is trustworthy because you have an accurate accounting of the life, not only the current life total, but the changes, what happened to make each change happen. And as such, most judges, in fact I believe all judges that I know of, will side with the person if there's ever a dispute on what the current life total is. If one player is keeping track with pen and paper and the other is using a calculator, they will always side with the person using the pen and paper because it's a much more trustworthy system. Also, it's handy because you can jot down notes of interesting things that happen during the day. which, you know, you can use to tell your story afterwards. A lot of a big event like this, a lot of exciting things happen. Alright, so one other thing you can do to prepare for the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh! Shonen Jump Championship is you may want to take a look at what sort of things are being played right now in the environment right now. That you can see on a site called Metagame, metagame.com. You can see coverage of past events and articles written by several of the top players in the game discussing what sort of things people are doing right now. You get some ideas of some cards to put in your deck, things like that, or just get a nice little idea of what people might be playing in the event, know what to look out for. Also, while you're there, another thing you might want to check is with all these cards that we've been playing right now, you can see the rules that go with these cards, or rules in general. You definitely want to make sure you are familiar with the rules of the game. You can read up on those on the Upper Deck site, ud.com/Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a section that discusses the many different rules you may have about the game, both the basic gameplay rules and specific card rulings. So if you have any worries about that, you can check that out right there and prepare for the event. Okay, so once again to wrap up, things you want to do, make sure your deck is advanced format legal. Get your deck list filled out, sleeve up your deck, make sure you have your materials for the day, and read up on any rules you may need to know. Also, you'll want to make sure that you pre-register for this event. You don't want to miss out on this event here. We hope to see you there July 12th and 13th at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shonen Jump Championship. So pre-register today and don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime event. This has been Matt Dunn, Yu-Gi-Oh! Level 3 Rules Judge. Hope to see you there.